Sure does.
All right, y'all. We want to welcome you back to the Arsenal 86 podcast. What is good? What y'all still hanging with us? I love it. We appreciate y'all for real. We had a match the other day against someone I can't remember. Um, but they're really good. They're 15-time Champions League winners. I'm just joking, y'all. It was Real Madrid. All respect to the club. Um, they're a really good side, but hey, we're good too. We're good too. P, how you feeling right now?
All disrespect to Real Madrid. All disrespect. Sorry, it's
Thumbs
Real.
down. We thumb down. We thumb down over here.
That's I have a lot of Barcelona friends, a lot. So you know, anti-Madrista for them.
Barca, that was for y'all. I know y'all enjoyed that hate watch. I saw a tweet from a sports journalist. I forgot their name, but they said everyone in England was rooting for Real Madrid while everyone in Spain was rooting for Arsenal, and I love it.
Yep, yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so off the top, can we just go ahead and say there were so many fans, especially in the Premier League, that said we didn't have a chance. They said we weren't shit. They said that Real Madrid was going to come to the north side and basically run us off our own pitch. There was so much hatred against us, and I don't even know where it comes from. We're a club with a rich history. We've gotten back to our winning ways, and people, I don't know, they can't stand like that we're coming back. It's just all this hatred, and I don't understand where it comes from. It's crazy.
I don't. I don't know. I guess me either. Um, Maybe it's because no one else has ever been invincible
Yes,
for a season.
yes. And first thing I want to say thank you to Arsene Wenger because Arsene Wenger, he helped make that stadium, the Emirates, become a reality. And we had some really terrible teams because we had to finance the stadium. And I feel like all of this is starting to come full circle now, where we kind of had a thin budget. We were really lean. We had like I don't know, Mustafi playing and center back and like all these other people that were just weren't good at all. But now we're on this trajectory that we need to be on, and just shout out to Arsene Wenger for like taking all the flack, taking all the heat, and getting us back to where we need to be. We haven't forgotten you, Arsene. Thank you. Um, P, where do you want to start? Do we? I mean, do we want to start like? From the back forward. So we want to start at goalkeeper, then defense, then midfielders, and then work our way to our striker, our number 9, Mikel Mourinho. I can't believe this. I'm just in dreamland right now.
I guess let's just start from minute zero. Like that first half was, I'm not gonna lie, it was awful. It was not good.
Yeah.
My blood pressure was high. And I'm not even kidding. Like my Apple Watch was like, "Are you running?"
No, like I was there with you. On my Fitbit, it said that I was at 46 minutes. My heart rate was high enough where it was like I did a cardio activity for 30. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, bro.
I was obviously watching it at work during lunch, and
As you
uh,
should.
and I sat at a different table than everyone else, and they could just see me like doing this the whole time. And finally, someone got up and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay right now." And one of the other managers had to explain, like, "Oh, okay, she's watching Champions League. Her team's playing. Um, they're not doing very good this first half." And then he's like, "I bet against them." And I was like, "You shut your mouth." Um, yeah, no, there was a lot of we had a lot of goals on like that should have made it. There was a lot. There was two that were just like unforgivable. Where I was like, "Are you kidding me? How did we not? And why did we not?"
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely there was a point where it kind of felt like it was going to be one of those games, and we've definitely experienced it where nothing was going in, and it was like point blank shots should have been going in. I really think that in the first half we should have been up 2-0
Same.
easily because we had all the pressure and we had all the momentum, and um, I don't know, like Real Madrid, so they respected us because they played that really conservative 4-4-2 and they thought they could hit us on the counterattack, but we weren't having that shit in our house. And you could really tell like everyone was up for it defensively. I mean, especially like Saka is 50% and he's still tracking back to help out Yuri and Timber. Um, and Martinelli was doing the same thing with Rodrigo, and it was actually I was watching with my buddies. There's a Arsenal pub in Atlanta, and we were there, and I just started laughing because um, there was a time when Martinelli was tracking back, and he just like waved off Miles Lewis Skelly because he wanted to defend Rodrigo 1-on-1. He was like, "No, I need this right now." I was like, "That's Gabby." Like Gabby might not like get you 2 or 3 goals, but he's gonna work his ass off, and that's what he did all game. I was really really impressed by that.
Yeah, no, Gabby was on point. I think everyone came out and really showed grit is the word for it. They really, really grinded that first half. And at the same time, again, I think during that halftime there was issues that were addressed that really made them perform in the second half because like you said, we should have been up 2-0. And when I saw those two misses, I was just like I almost threw my computer across the room and someone had to remind me that this is a work computer and that I can't be doing that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely difficult because honestly, I guess I'll start in kind of a negative space for the first half, and then of course we got better. But I really didn't think Odegaard did enough in the first half. It was kind of like he was trying to control the tempo, but he couldn't really get settled. So I think that was lacking a little bit. And I'm not going to be too hard on him, of course, but Mikel Mourinho, like there were times when if we had a proper striker, would receive the ball and he could have just ran up the field, but he just didn't have it in him because he's not a striker. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We really need a healthy striker. But yeah, we definitely did miss some opportunities in the first half. Um,
And they were painful to watch.
they were painful to watch, especially I think Martinelli actually had a point blank chance, but he didn't round it enough around Courtois, so he kicked it right at him. I was like, "Oh, Gabby, this you're on your preferred foot. You're on the left hand side. You should have made him work for it a little bit more. Like you gotta get that done."
Yeah.
But I want to start with we got to shout out David Raya. Like it wasn't only his defensive acumen and like getting in the right positions, but it was also how he was distributing the ball because there were like 2 or 3 times when he would catch the ball and you're like, okay, let's chill. And he's like, no, it's time to go. And he would just like shoot it out to Martinelli or get it out to Declan Rice. And then they were down the pitch. And I was like, okay, Raya's up for this. He's like, I want to be Spain's #1 keeper. I'm going to show these people that I should be Spain's #1 keeper. And he did a hell of a job. I really love watching him play.
Mans was halfway down the fucking field. He was out there. He was in the midfield, dude.
He was yeah. He was acting like he was Big Gabby, right? He was like the like fourth midfielder. It was hilarious. You know what's crazy though? He's one of the fastest people in our squad. I think he's like the second or third fastest, maybe third. He's crazy quick. It's nuts.
Well, at that last game, who did we play last? Everton?
Yeah, yeah.
Man was sprinting halfway down the field. I remember I watched that highlight because I just couldn't wake up at 4 in the morning. I DJ'd like 3 nights in a row before that. I was like, I'm so good. Um, but I watched the highlights and I watched him like make a run for it. And that man is fast as fuck.
He is.
That's his fuck boy. Like, I don't know. I think again, I really miss Aaron for the Bants. We needed
Yes.
more than Bants. So I'm really happy with Raya. He really proved me wrong, especially in the Champions League. That man is really quick on his feet, and there was one at one point. I can't remember what minute or what half. He deflected it twice, like boom, boom, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like I said, watching this shit at work is something else because everyone's looking at you crazy. And then someone was like, "Are you even breathing?" I was like, "I don't know. Actually, I think I forgot how to breathe."
I know, like, and I should trust. We should like. I should trust him more, right? Because there hasn't really been a time when Raya has been like kind of floppy handed where it'll hit him in the gloves and like it'll go somewhere else and he'll be scored on. But even during this game, when he would like knock it away, I was like, "Oh my god, could you just smother it? Like, what are you doing?" But yeah, definitely in the second half, I started to calm down and like be a little bit more trusting.
Well, he like I get it, but he also like he smacks the shit away hard. Like
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
he volleys that. Like that is
Yeah,
not just like a he's volleying that
yeah,
shit. Yeah, again, that first half was just very nerve wracking, and my blood pressure was very high, and I couldn't even eat during my lunch because I was like, I'm gonna puke.
yeah,
This whole game had me feeling like I was gonna fucking throw up.
yeah,
Like one after Rice scored, I
hmm
was gonna throw up from excitement,
yeah.
and then the second time I was gonna throw up because I couldn't believe it, and then when like like the whole time I felt like a cat that was just like. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
Okay, can we let's talk about Declan Rice. So those free kicks. So the first one, absolutely amazing, right? Um, it was dumb of Courtois not to set up like a five-person wall. So Declan was able to like get around it. But can we really talk about the second free kick? Because I don't know about you, but when like right before he took it, I was like, "Oh, this is going in." Like he just had this look in his face, like I'm gonna do this. The second thing I want to discuss is I love Nicholas Jover, but for him to actually try to tell Declan to cross it, like no, you gotta. We have to be more clinical. We have to be like more spontaneous because I really feel like in the next season and moving forward, we have to have a little bit more spontaneity because we don't want to become robots like Man City. Like, look at them; they're falling apart because they don't know what to do. The third thing is, I really need Declan to be on free kick duty. Like, he wasn't doing this in practice. He wasn't on the pitch like doing this, and Odegaard is still stepping up. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Over 300 games this man has played in his career, and
yeah,
these are the first two free kicks he has ever taken. Let that sink in. And they were fucking worldies. First of
hmm
all, he fucking bent it like Beckham. Like
yeah,
he bent it like Beckham, and these were the first free kicks he ever fucking took, and it was against
ever.
Real Madrid.
Right.
Mbappe's face still. I When I tell you that I've been watching these every fucking day, I mean it. And when Mbappe goes, "Oof," like even he knew.
And that's one thing I do appreciate about like Mbappe, because like there's nothing you can say. It's just like, damn, like can't even fuck with. They're basically like, hey, we can't fuck with that. We just need to get back to Real Madrid and like regroup because nah, this isn't our night. We
No,
broke their will after that. I loved it.
and that I really, 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 really wanted a Declan hat trick.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I was, I am an ex-Catholic, but I was praying for that shit. Should have brought my rosary to work,
yes, yeah. And he was
but
so close. And
and then he
what's
got
crazy is it would have went in, but Alaba was standing there. Courtois dove for it, but he wasn't going to get there. But Alaba was there. I was like, oh, that was the three. That was going to be the hat trick.
Yep. Yeah.
And
that Marino goal, though, I was not expecting.
oh my gosh, let's talk about that. Like, people don't understand how much strength you have to do that because he was going away from like he was on his back foot leaning back and then came across he like wrapped it with his left leg and I'm like that was a really hard goal. Like that was really really clinical. He besides Trossard, I think he's up there. I think he's like number 2 or like Trossard's 1A and he's 1B with the finishers in our squad because he's really clinical.
Yeah, and you know what I'm noticing too is we haven't had a Trossard goal in a while.
Yeah. We haven't.
But that's besides the point. Like, I wasn't expecting the Marino goal. I was really expecting it to end 2-0. I thought we were going to just go, like, hard defense towards the end of the game and just,
Yeah.
like, really, like, preserve those numbers. But that Marino goal, when that happened, I stood up so quickly that my chair fell back.
Yeah.
And my manager looked at me and he goes, "Take a laugh." And I was like I had to run. I had to run away. And they were like, "What happened?" And there was a lot of Real Madrid fans here, obviously, because they were betting against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And they were all just like, they were all men, mind you.
Yeah.
And they're looking at me, and I'm staring at them, and I was like, "Look, you might like Real Madrid." I was like, but I fucking live, breathe Arsenal. Like I was like, this shit doesn't come off. It doesn't come
Right.
off. This isn't just Champions League, baby. This is every day.
Yeah. This
And
shit
then-
means something to me. Yeah.
And then someone was like, "Yeah, I'm not into it as much as you are."
Don't come around us if you're not into it. Like they were just trying to get an easy parlay. That's all it was. And it's like, don't
Yep.
bet against Arsenal at home. Like we've
But
never given up more than I think it's like we've never given up more than 2 goals in the Champions League. Like we don't do that.
But not just that. Like my friend Abby, shout out Abigail.
Abigail
in New Haven. She was like, they keep doubting us and we keep proving them wrong. They keep doubting us and we keep proving them wrong. Look at the 7-1 that we scored in the Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and what do they say? It's just it's just PSV or it's just whoever, and it's like, no, we are a good squad. Like you don't make Champions League if you're a scrub. Like you just don't. And within the Champions League, you're not going to give up 7 goals unless the other team is like really really good, and we're a really really good squad.
Look, it's been a project now for a couple of years. We knew that the first couple were just not going to be that great. Now we're in it, right? We're deep in
Right.
it. I trust Arteta. I said this at the beginning. I was like, I don't think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to focus on champions. And I'm right. Fuck the league.
Yeah.
Champions League. You know why they don't want us to win? Because they can't chant Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Once we have that, then what do they have against us?
Right.
Nothing.
Right. Nothing.
They have 0.
It's funny. I can't remember what episode it was, but yeah, we brought this up then, and we both said that. Like, I know, especially for me, that chant pisses me the fuck off because it's like even like the lowest like a fucking West Ham, right? They have a European trophy, so they chant that to us. I'm like, you guys are fucking bottom dwellers. But first of all, thank you for letting us fleece you for Declan Rice, and he's gonna go to like crazy heights now because he's not being held down with like your club. But I'm just like, I hate that chant. And I'm with you. I want us to focus on Champions League. And it's not only is it because it's like unattainable points wise, but the refereeing, oh my gosh, like so Saka was chopped down twice, three times actually in that game, and I think two of them led to the free kicks. We don't get those calls in the Premier League, P. They'd be like, get up. Like, they were really terrible fouls, too. Like, right on the shin or right under the knee. And they're just like, get up, get up.
The fact that Real Madrid got red carded at the end, right at the end, and then we blew the whistle.
Yes.
No, you're right. We don't get those opportunities in the Premier League, and that's not us being like biased because like let's let's be honest. Like I know Liverpool has said that in Champions, right? Like
Yeah.
Liverpool's always like they also say that like refs have an agenda against them, but I really don't think as hard as Arsenal does.
No, not at all. And we have, so they have the agenda, and then what happens? So our players have to go through a more strenuous season because we're down to 10 men. People get injured. I think we have like we actually yeah, we have the most injuries in the Premier League. It's like something got awful. It was like up to 27 at one point.
Yep.
Um we don't get fair treatment in the Premier League. We can't focus on that. We need I think Europe ball, I think that's what our focus needs to be. And I think the Premier League will naturally come along because we have a new sporting director. He actually fired our head of recruiting because he's like, "You're not doing shit, so you got to get out of here." And I think
Oh,
that's definitely going to improve our squad too.
today was Edu's last day too.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that was actually a beautiful send off by Edu. Like you could tell he really loved the club, but he just wanted to try something different. And you can't hate on him about that.
No class.
Um. Oh, and yeah, before we get out of here, like I really want to talk about Miles Lewis Skelly, 18 years old and fearless. I had to look up like because I thought the person that was like, don't get me wrong, Urian Timber played really well, had a lot of good runs and a lot of through balls that were amazing. But there are times when like I couldn't really tell who was like on the pitch, and it looked like Urian like making diving like driving runs to the opponent's box, and I was like, look at Urian. I was like, no, that's MLS. He's fearless. He dummied like two people and nutmegged another one, and I'm like, what is this? He's like possessed. I love it.
Lewis Skelly managed 74 touches of the ball and completed 54 passes out of 57 attempted.
Oh my gosh.
He megged Real Madrid twice in one total touch of the ball.
Oh, holy
His
crap.
pass map
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah. I bet his passing triangles are crazy.
That kid is insane.
He is. And like I love Tierney, but the reason Tierney isn't starting even though he's fit is MLS is just unbelievable. He really is. And he's going to eventually move to the midfield, but it's nice having that flexibility where he can play left back and excel and be, dare I say it, one of the best left backs in the Premier League, if not the world right now.
He played most of his football for that game on Real Madrid's side.
Wow.
He was in the thick of it. And I know I say I'm not a stats girly, but I love the stats that hype my boys up, especially the young ones. Like Lewis Skelly is it. That is our next star boy, 100%.
He really is. And I think like for a lot of stick that the academy was getting, we have some really good academy players. And I really like how Arteta kind of ignored the noise and just is letting things play out because people wanted Ethan on the first team like maybe 2 years ago. I'm like, no, he's not ready. He was like 15, 16 at the time. And Arteta really took his time, and he really took his time with MLS too, which I really appreciate because we're seeing the fruits of it now. And we're seeing it right when we need to see it, right? We're like right in the thick of it. we're right where we want to be in the Champions League, and the youth are coming through. Like Wanyeri didn't even like play, but he'll probably play in the second leg, and it's just incredible the amount of depth that we have with our youth academy. Like I can't wait to see who comes up next year because they're going to be quality.
Like, think about it. Lewis Skelly maintained a 95% passing accuracy.
Yeah,
95%. And he's playing against Brazilian nationals.
yeah,
The Spanish press was fucking singing him praises.
yeah.
They were
I mean,
like,
yeah. I
I'm
could,
excited. I am excited. Whether, knock on wood, whether we win or not, whether we win the league or not, this has been such a fun ride. And I
yeah.
think a testament of how good we are as a team.
I totally agree, and like I
With
swear,
with as many injuries as we've had.
yeah, and I swear, if I ever see like an Arteta out person in real life, I might go to jail because I'll just slap the fuck out of them because the things that Arteta has delivered upon, he's like a miracle worker. Like we don't even have a striker. Mourinho is like he's playing striker, but he's a midfielder, and he's not. He wasn't even an attacking midfielder like Odegaard. He was a center midfielder. He was an eight. And I could go on and on about this, but oh my, it's just incredible what he's doing. And like, look at Jakob Kivior too. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, we need to sell him. He's deadwood. Get him out of here." But Arteta was like, "No, he's actually quality. I want to keep him around." And look at him. He misplayed that one ball in the beginning. People were like, "Oh, he was tight. He was nervous." No, he wasn't. He just hasn't had game time. The ball moves faster during the game than it does in practice. And
100%.
after that, he was fine.
Yeah, he really stepped up.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Um,
incredible.
Funny enough, I think like obviously Rice and Skelly and Raya were so dominant that I forgot about Saliba
Right?
completely.
Right? He's like he had a quiet. When Saliba has these games, I'm like, Saliba had a quiet eight. Like he had an 8 out of 10 performance, and it was just like you didn't. Everyone was so good, and Saliba's so reliable. So it was like, oh, Saliba's just being Saliba. It was
He is
incredible.
he is honestly so reliable. What I want to say, last season he didn't miss a single game. We played him every fucking game.
Yeah.
Um, and there's times where like I don't notice him, and I'm like, where is Saliba? And then I'm like, oh, he's been there the whole time.
Where is Saliba? I love it. Yeah, I feel the same way.
He's a little magician though, because when you need him, he just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just pops up like there's a time when Mbappe got the ball on the right hand side and he like looks at Mbappe and I forgot who else was I think it was Rodrigo that was like on his left side, so he had to split the both of them, but he just looked at Mbappe and Mbappe kind of slowed down. It's like he his awareness and like the fear factor that he puts in attackers is absolutely amazing. And I can't
I
believe we have him in our squad.
I forget how tall he is.
He's so tall.
He's a tall ass dude. And
Tall,
honestly,
physical.
like, I think Timber did pretty well, other than blocking that goal that should have been on target. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think he had a really good game, and I genuinely enjoy watching him play. And I said that when I saw them beat Barcelona in like the off season in
Hmm.
LA. He was just a delight to watch, and so when he got hurt, I was really upset. But I'm glad that he's back in form.
Yeah, and for him to be playing so much after that ACL injury, it's just like absolutely amazing. Like I I don't know how he's doing it, but like he needs to write a book because like he's the only thing that's slowing him down, honestly, it's muscular. He's getting tired. So he's starting to cramp in like the 80th to 81st minute. But that's not even a big deal. Like he's fully healed. his motor is just like absolutely amazing. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
Yeah, but
Um,
I also understand because, like, I'm healing an ACL, like,
yeah,
small tear, and I'm starting to feel better, but, like, you know, if I take a 30-minute walk, by the end of that 30-minute walk, I'm like, "Ooh, my knee's tight."
I hear that. I hear that. um, oh, and the last thing that I want to talk about, we don't even have to talk about it that long, but so we play Brentford, right? We got a match coming up against Brentford, and I think it's Saturday. But the only thing I want to say is I just want to see like a bunch of youth players. Like I I don't want to. Maybe Kivior can play just because he needs the game minutes, and I'm trying to. Oh, Leo needs to play just because we need Leo to get a goal or two. But like, I don't really want to see a really big physical midfield. Like, I could care less. What are your thoughts about it?
I agree. Again, at this point, I don't care about the Premier League. We're gonna end up in second.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I care about champions and them staying healthy for that.
yeah,
Especially because, I mean, the first thing that Real Madrid fans say is, "Just wait till you get to the to Bernabeu Stadium," like, you know. And it's like we're talking about right now. You got your fucking ass beat and handed to you, and chewed up and spit out right now, and you know
hmm
you at least have to appreciate that. When we get to that stadium, I know they're gonna come out 100 miles a fucking minute.
you know it.
They're gonna come out really strong, and I know that, but I'm not really scared about it. Um, Especially because we have a 3-0 aggregate right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I know the boys will be defending a lot, and I think
right.
that's great. But I'm gonna be rating this high until next week.
Yeah,
When I
me
say
too.
that I have watched every highlight that comes across my feed of that goal, I'll sit there and just watch it on repeat. And people are like, "What are you doing? You're looking at your phone so loving. Are you texting a boy?" And I'm like, "It's just Declan Rice." It's like that meme.
Right.
Thank you for changing my life. And it's like I'm literally just Declan Rice.
There is so I'm gonna send it to you, P. But there is there's a channel called DR Sports, and basically it's like a lot of different sports analysts. They always have like someone from AFTV, like Arsenal person, Man U, Tottenham, etc. But this Tottenham fan and this Man U fan, they were hate watching along with the Real Madrid fan, and oh my gosh, the way their expressions change as soon as Declan gets the first goal, it's worth the watch. Like that's been my thing today. Like I went to the gym and I walked and I've just been listening to hate watches today because just to see people crumble because they won't allow their biases to admit that we're actually a pretty damn good team. And Liverpool has had the most penalty kicks awarded to them within the Premier League, and that's the only reason why they're ahead. And we've had, of course, the most red cards in the Premier League, and that's why we're behind. They don't want to admit that bias either, and so them actually like being in disbelief, it's just like I don't know. It's just like feeds me. It fuels me. I love it so much.
I
So I'm gonna
really
send you
wish
some.
I really wish I could have been in Crunk's feed when he was hate watching.
They were hate watching too. Jades,
They were
Jades of Blue. They were on that hate watching. I know they were. They had live
no,
stream.
they did, and I wish I could have watched it. I really wish I could have seen their reactions.
You know what? I'm gonna add them to my playlist too. I gotta go find them. It was great. It was great. But yeah, we're gonna continue this high and like we were saying, like let's just against Brentford. I don't want to see Saka out there. Uh Mourinho will probably play, but in the midfield. If we have like some academy striker, let's try him out there. Like I don't care. I'm done with the Premier League for this year.
Yeah. Time to focus on champions.
Oh, and then one last thing is we had a special guest, of course, at the game. We are Baddies FC. Like all the baddies support us. We got Anne Hathaway, right? We got Tim's. We got Dua Lipa that came
It,
in last night, and
it
all
just
the Liverpool fans crumbled. They were like all in her mentions, like cussing her out and everything because she actually performed there and she visited there, and they gave her jersey, so they thought she was a Liverpool fan, but she was like, nah, fam, I'm with the Northsiders." So she posted
you
today, and people flipped out.
well, that's the thing. Like Dua Lipa never said she was a Liverpool fan. Liverpool just started using her song with Diplo as like a thing.
Yeah,
They're the ones that took that. She never said okay.
in your feelings, Liverpool, and I don't care what y'all boys say. This year, that title's gonna have an asterisk next to it because y'all needed so much help to beat us up incoming Arsenal. Like y'all needed so much help from the league, and the league was like, you know, Mikel said mean things about us last year, even though he was right. So we're gonna punish him this year, and that's exactly what they did. I don't care what anyone says. The bias is crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Side note, with that big win that Arsenal had, kits are 40% off right now, and Rice and Saka names are being printed for free. So just so you guys know.
Oh, after this podcast, Pete, I'm going to buy a kit. That's all I needed to know. Arsenal Lifestyle Club is a real thing, y'all.
Yep.
Real. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. All right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here, but thank you for tuning in for another episode of Arsenal Podcast 86. And yeah, we'll be back next week and with some more good news. Fingers crossed. We got this.
Bye.
Bye.